Most families think the most dangerous moment for a senior is the fall, or the stroke, or the heart attack. It's not. The most dangerous moment is actually when they leave the hospital. That discharge window, those 24 to 72 hours, is where I see the most chaos, the most rushed decisions, and the most family conflict, and the most preventable mistakes. And it's also the moment when care, housing, and real estate suddenly collide. Today, we're going to talk about why hospital discharge is the most dangerous moment for seniors and what families need to understand before they're standing in a hospital hallway under pressure. Hi, I'm Dale Corpus, a senior transition specialist and seniors real estate expert based in the San Francisco Bay Area. I work with families across Contra Costa, Alameda, Santa Clara, San Mateo, and San Francisco counties who are navigating some of the most emotional transitions of their lives. And one of the most consistent patterns I see is this: a hospital discharge that triggers panic, not planning. This is another episode of Sandwich Generation Solutions powered by the Simplify Senior Transitions podcast, where we bring clarity to decisions that are too often made under pressure. Let's dive in. Here's what happens. A parent falls or has a medical event. They're admitted. There's a flurry of activity. Doctors stabilize them, family rushes in, and then almost suddenly you hear they're ready for discharge. Now, what most families don't understand is this: hospitals are designed to stabilize, not solve. They are not long-term care environments. Insurance dictates discharge timelines. And that means you are suddenly making housing and care decisions on a countdown clock. And countdown clocks create bad decisions. So why is discharge so dangerous? Discharge is dangerous for 3 reasons. Number 1, the senior is weaker than before. Even a short hospital stay can cause muscle loss, balance decline, cognitive confusion, and medication changes. There's a term for this: post-hospital syndrome. The body and the brain are fragile, but families often assume they're coming home, so they must be better. Physically, they may be worse. Number 2, families are emotionally flooded. When discharge planning happens, families are sleep deprived, overwhelmed, afraid, and financially stressed. And decisions made in emotional flood rarely age well. That's when you hear, "We'll just figure it out. We'll take shifts. We'll hire someone quickly," which leads to the next risk. Number 3, housing reality collides with care needs. Here's where my real estate lens comes in. Many Bay Area homes are not discharge ready. Stairs, narrow hallways, clutter, no grab bars, and uneven walkways. The home that felt manageable before the hospitalization may no longer be safe. And families are suddenly asking, can they go home? Do we need in-home care? Do we need rehab? Is assisted living necessary? And do we have to sell the house? And you're answering those questions in 48 hours. That's the danger. Here's the pattern I see repeatedly. Parent discharged, goes home, falls again, within 30 days, readmitted, now urgency doubles. The second fall is often worse, and now the family is making the same decisions, but with more fear, more injury, and less time. This is why discharge is the inflection point. It either becomes the moment you slow down and plan, or the moment you react and scramble. Now let's talk about the financial side. When a parent can't safely return home, you may need immediate in-home care, you may need short-term rehab, you may need assisted living placement, and you may need to access equity from the home. Real estate becomes part of the discharge conversation very quickly. But if the home hasn't been assessed, if equity hasn't been evaluated, if siblings haven't aligned, discharge becomes financial chaos. And financial chaos fuels family conflict. So what do you do? First, slow the conversation down. Ask, what is the safest option for the next 30 days, not forever? Second, Clarify functional ability. Can they transfer safely? Manage medications. Use the bathroom independently and climb stairs. Don't rely on optimism. Rely on reality. Third, separate urgency from panic. Medical urgency is real. Emotional panic makes things worse. Fourth, bring in professionals early. Care managers, senior transition specialists, and trusted advisors, because silo decisions are fragile decisions. The families who fare best are not the smartest families. They're the families who planned before a crisis. They had grab bars installed, conversations started, financial transparency, and housing discussions early. So when discharge happens, they're not scrambling, they're adjusting. That's a completely different energy. So today we cover why hospital discharge is the most dangerous moment for seniors. Because the senior is weaker, the family is flooded, the home may not be safe, financial decisions are rushed, and urgency amplifies everything. Discharge is not a medical event, it's a housing event. It's a financial event. It's a family systems event. And if you understand that before you're standing in that hospital hallway, you make better decisions. This has been another episode of Sandwich Generation Solutions powered by the Simplify Senior Transitions podcast. If you're a family navigating senior living decisions, downsizing, or trying to figure out the next step for a parent, visit www.simplifyseniortransitions.com/families for guidance and resources designed specifically for you. And if you're a senior care professional who wants more structure, more predictability, and stronger positioning in today's market, visit www.simplifyseniortransitions.com/professionals to learn how we can build that together. You can watch and listen to the Simplify Senior Transitions podcast right here on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. If this episode brought you clarity, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Reviews help more families and professionals find the show before stress turns into crisis. I'm Dale Corpus, and I'll see you on the next episode.